Good morning, good afternoon, good evening as you come in. I am Coach Sherri, and welcome to my channel. I am just coming back from Florida. Went to a great wedding there over the weekend. I was in Daytona Beach, never been to Daytona Beach, and it was something special. First of all, because of the wedding, and two dear childhood friends of mine reconnected as grown-ups, grown-ups, and decided to say I do, and it was so beautiful. But the weather was so perfect. Oh my goodness, it was hot, but it was a nice breeze, so it wasn't like scorching hot. It was hot enough to be able to hang out on the beach. It was sunny, but it was so windy. Oh my goodness, the wind was blowing everything. It was wild, but it was wonderful. And now coming back to the Carolinas and all this rain, we started to encounter the rain, I think around maybe like at some part of Georgia when, we were driving back. Picked up our daughter also in Florida. She came back from a cruise and just had a great conversation on the way home. I definitely got sunburned. I don't know if you can see it on my nose, but I did. And you know what? Today I was thinking about, or this morning, I was thinking about being stuck. And I'm encountering more and more people here lately that are feeling like they're stuck, like they have no place to go, like they just don't know what to do. They feel bound. And so I wanted to talk quickly this morning, this afternoon or evening, whenever you're tuning in, on asking the question, first of all, are you stuck? And if so, where in your life are you stuck? Is it your personal life? Is it your professional life, your career, your business, your relationships? Are you stuck with yourself? You feeling discouraged because maybe you feel like you should be a lot further in life and you feel that you are the one that is in the way. Why are you feeling stuck is my question. And are you stuck? And I don't just like to come on here and talk about the problems or the obvious or the challenges. I also like to provide you with some solutions, some tried and true solutions, things that I have shared with others, clients, with family, colleagues, employees, people that I have encountered, clients especially, that have felt stuck along the way. So, first of all, when you feel like you're stuck, one of the reasons why is because you've stopped moving. You just stopped, and that's what stuck means. You just basically stop. And if you stay stopped long enough, you will start to atrophy. You will start to really get bent out of shape. You will start to feel pain and agony. You'll start to cement almost right where you're at, because when you do start to move, your body will be like, wait, what are you doing? Your mind will be like, wait, what are you doing? Thank you so much for the hearts. Oh, Coach Mean Reen is in the building. 1K gang. How are you? I just looked at your video this morning and it was so good. I love the way that you do your edits, but your messages are always on point, always. Listen, I'm going to stick to my topic, but you did bring up a good point towards the end of your vlog. And, in another video, I'll definitely address it as well. I did comment on it, so you'll see that. I hope you have a great day for sure. I am locked in. Are you locked in? That is the question. That's the hashtag, y'all. Are you locked in? Yes, and I am, and I'm grateful to be. So when you are feeling stuck, your body definitely can atrophy. Your mind can atrophy. Now, I always think about running backs. If you are into sports, if you understand football, and a really good running back, even if they're tackled, a lot of times people feel like, oh, they're tackled, they're not going to get up. Oh, they're tackled, that's it. They're not going to get any more yards. So think about it for your life. Life tackles you, situations tackle you, people tackle you. A lot of different things tackle you, just like a running back. But if you are a good running back, if you are professional, if you nice with your game, if you got it like that, you're not going to let those tackles limit to where you're at. You're going to always keep those feet moving, even when you're on the ground. Your feet don't have to touch the ground for you to move. You move those legs. You keep moving so you can keep inching closer and closer to your goal, to that goal, so that you can absolutely win. You inch closer to that next down, that next 1 in 10. You keep moving. And a lot of people don't keep moving. And that's the point. It's like You think about all the things in life that can tackle you, things that stop you, things that hinder you, things that put barriers up. You have to find ways to get around it. And the way to get around it is to just keep moving. Sometimes you may have to put a piece of board or something under you because it's a slippery slope. You know, we get into situations in life that are slippery too. And so you have to put that board under those tires so that you can get some traction and get some grip and move yourself up. Push that gas down. Don't just keep your foot on the brake. Push the gas down so you can move. Sometimes you have to look up and see someone that's ahead of you, someone that can mentor you, someone that can coach you, and they'll reach back with their hand to pull you up. And when they pulling you up, don't just be dead weight. What? No, you help them along. You try to get some strongholds on things and help pull yourself up too. They're there to support you because they might have their feet planted on some solid ground. But trust, they're going to have to climb again too. But in the meantime, the next level that you're trying to get up to, they can help you, they can support you. And that's what a great coach does. That's what a great counselor, therapist, person in your life that can give you some sound advice. That's what they do. Your mentors. Who is your mentor? Everyone needs a mentor, someone that is where you're trying to go, and you can outgrow your mentor. I've outgrown my mentor. I have a mentor who's in San Francisco, California, and when I encountered her about 8 years ago now, listen, I had some questions. I had questions, and I wanted to get them answered because she'd been there, done that. And I've had many mentors in my life. I seek out people that are doing what I want to do, and I have real questions. I'm not just there wasting their time. I'm actually implementing the things that they tell me, that they share with me, and that helps you to get unstuck if you feel like you're stuck. Because a lot of times too, you're stuck because you don't have the answers, you don't have the solutions, you don't have the information, the resources to get you to that next level. So find who is there and ask them. But there's so many people that love to ask a question. And I'm sure some of you have encountered this. They love asking questions. And when you take your time out to give them the response, to give them those resources, to give them that information, sometimes they don't do anything with it. A lot of times they don't do anything with it. I don't even know what you would call them. They're like a hoarder of information. They sit on it, they know it, they have it in books, they have it on bookshelves, they have it in notebooks, they have it in their head, and they do nothing with it. If you feel like you're stuck, you need to go back into the archives and pull some of those things out that was shared with you over the course of time, because trust, it's in there. They always say if you want to keep somebody back, certain people, I'm not even going to call who the group is, put it in a book. Well, you have things that you put in a book, but you just have not used it to get unstuck. I see Monique Poe is in the building. Welcome in. How are you? And I'm not sure if I'm saying your last name correct. Is it Poe or is it Pow? And because this is YouTube, I can't hear your response, but welcome in, Monique. It's great to see you. And let's see. Your your lovely Kate is here. Hey, lovely Kate, how are you? Great to see you this morning too. Today is Tuesday. It's April something. It's like what, the second Tuesday in April maybe, or the first Tuesday in April. And I'm just coming off of being at the beach. My body is going into shock because it's cooler here and it's raining. So I have to get it all the way together. I haven't been outside, but I do know that it's raining and it will be for most of the day. But I do have those memories of this weekend that's going to take me through. And I have pictures that I'm going to just probably flip through quite often today. But are you stuck? Are you stuck in your relationship? Are you trying to put a square into a circle? Are you trying to change someone or trying to do something different with the same person, the same experiences? That is insanity. People always are like, oh, they're going to change once we do this, once we go here. All they need is to get away. And then when they come back, it's going to be perfect. All we need to do is get married and it's going to change the game. I know it. I know it. Just let me get that time. Let me get that opportunity. No, don't seek out people that you have to change. Don't seek out relationships that need exceptional work. you want to, especially in the beginning, you can notice like, oh, you know what, this is not a good fit. They're not going to the same places I'm going. They don't value the same things. They don't have the same goals. Don't try to force your values, your goals on someone. And yes, your goals and values are amazing, but they're not always amazing for everyone. And so when you realize that, sometimes you get into that, now I'm stuck like Chuck. What in the world was I thinking? Why did I think this one was going to be different? Or why did I think this situation was going to make it better? So you have to understand that your goals are your goals, your values are your values. And yes, there are people out there that are completely aligned with you. You don't have to mold someone to be in alignment. Yes, people change, people improve, people want to improve, people, go into professional, personal development. Absolutely. They become more emotionally intelligent, EQ at work. They definitely have a different mindset. They shift their mindset so that they can grow. But you don't need all the time. It doesn't have to be you that are in those relationships where you are working through that with them. Because you know what? When they change, when they improve, when they become more in tune with who they are, when they start to unravel things that have gone on in their past that has kept them bound up, that has, really stunt their growth or whatever, it may not still be a good fit for you. Just because someone is emotionally intelligent and woke doesn't mean that they are the best fit for you. So don't try to get unstuck with someone that is stuck themselves and that is not aligned with you. I said it right the first time. Okay, so Poe. Monique Poe. I think I said it Poe the first time. All right. Well, welcome in. I'm glad to see you for sure, Monique. So, are you stuck? Are you stuck in your career? Some people feel like, I hit the ceiling. There's no place else for me to go. I need to pivot. And they want to pivot, but they just don't know where or how or what. And so that's when, okay, if you are in a situation, if you are in a career where you're still getting paid, you're still getting your benefits or whatever, but it's just not a good fit, that's a time when you start to really do some professional development. Take some courses. I've had some lives in the past couple of weeks where I talked about some new careers that are on the horizon because of AI. And AI is going to impact every single career in some form or fashion. And maybe it's not where you're at right now, but that's why you prepare right now so you can be in place, so that you can be attractive for those new opportunities, so that you can start to collaborate your things that you're doing with those new things and see what shakes out. People, they say what they're, not doing. They're saying what is not available to them, and then they become stuck because they're not branching out on their own. No one's going to tap you on that shoulder and say, you know what? I want you to take this class and learn this new thing. No, you are going to have to do that for yourself. And that's going to take research. So I want you to research some things that are going to come up in your industry, in your profession. It could be whatever industry you're in. It could be a new system that's being done. Is there an SOP for it? It could be something within your career. That's why it's important to join associations that are aligned with your career, your actual occupation, as well as your industry, so that you can understand what's going on. Y'all, changes are happening almost daily. There's some serious pivots going on, and some of them are pivots, but then some of them are stuck. Some people are not pivoting at all because they get caught up in, oh, this is just not how we do it. Yo, it don't matter how you used to do it. It don't matter how you're doing it. It's going to change. So you have to have flexibility. If you're stuck, you have to have flexibility. Just think, if you are flexible enough, if you're stuck, to bend back, to move forward, to lean to the side, what do you know where you can go? You can shake some of that cement that's starting to form around your ankles up. Oh my goodness. You won't atrophy because you're moving your body, you're moving your mind, you're moving your soul. You're moving around new people, meeting new people that are doing different things, talking to them, having intentional questions and conversations. That's going to be so important if you are stuck. If you are stuck, don't look over there and say that's for them. It's for all of us. It's for everyone. So how are you going to take heed? How are you going to seize the moment? How are you going to get your peace? Right? And so it takes intentionality for sure. But a lot of people are feeling stuck. A lot of people are feeling like they're at the end of the road. And listen, there's a lot of life to live every day, one life to live. So live it full, live it in abundance, live it, out loud, and see what else is there. Always wonder what else, but be grateful for where you're at and be thankful that you do still have your mind, that you still are able to pivot, but take advantage of that. A lot of people don't. They just are there, they sit there and listen. When they have coaching sessions with me and I open up their eyes, because sometimes your eyes are closed and that's what keeps you stuck. And when their eyes are open, they're like, yo, wait a minute. I didn't even know all of this existed. I know, because you've been walking like dead men walking, like the sleepwalkers. You have to open your eyes. You do, and take heed of all the things that are going on. Don't get too inundated with the news. I know it's a lot going on, but you have to be aware of what's going on, because you don't want to get caught out there. And that's the thing. When you are stuck, a lot of times you get caught out there, and the seasons are changing. And you don't want to be caught out there in the rain, in the sleet, the snow, the cold, the hot. You need to be prepared for all of that. Again, you want to be that running back that keeps inching forward no matter what, no matter how many people are piled up on them. I'm telling you, a good running back is stretching out their arms, is trying to snake through the grass on their stomach. They're doing all that they can. And in this moment of you feeling like you're stuck, that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to continue to slither up and shake something, make something happen, and just capture all of the information that you can. Black Guns and Gardens is in the building. I hope that BG has reached out to you. I had shared your channel with him. I thought that he would really also enjoy your content. So let me know if BG has reached out to you. I'm actually going to check him today and ask him. I had shared your channel, Black Guns and Gardens, with him, and he was like, "Oh, does he live in Charlotte? Is he?" Listen, don't worry about all that. Just go and check out his content, because he is dope, and I know you're gonna love it. So that's what's that. That's, I hope he did for sure. But yeah, y'all, listen, are you stuck? Again, I was talking to people and they're feeling stuck. They're like, I'm still young, but I can retire and I feel like I have so much more to contribute, but I don't know what that is. I don't know how to contribute. I don't know what that would look like for me. How would I do that? And just dropping some quick information, it just opened their minds to the possibilities. And that's the thing. Sometimes you're stuck because you don't think there are any more possibilities. You don't think there are any more angles that you can go into. And there absolutely are. Listen, if you have been doing what you've been doing for the past 30 years, 25 years, 20 years, 10 years, why aren't you positioning yourself as if you are an SME, a subject matter expert? What articles have you written? I'm sure in the time that you've spent doing what you do, you've come up with some new solutions. You've come up with better ways of accomplishing certain tasks. Why haven't you wrote an article about it? What are you seeing the changes that are going on in your industry, in your profession? Why aren't you writing articles about it? Why aren't you submitting proposals to be a speaker at conferences? You go into these conferences, presentations, seminars, workshops. Why aren't you the presenter? I was just telling a teacher that's been teaching now for 25 years about that. I'm like, I know in the summertime, during teacher work days, during the different holidays and such, teachers go to different conferences and conventions and things. Why aren't you submitting proposals so that you can speak about your experience as a teacher with X amount of experience in certain types of, school systems that people want to hear? How do you do your classroom management? How do you do behavior management? A lot of seasoned teachers are killing the game because they know how to do that. A lot of schools don't have the capabilities for whatever reason to teach new teachers that. So why don't you hold workshops on that for new teachers or for teachers that need to brush up on those skills? I'm telling you, behavior management is no joke, especially if you're trying to do it at the same time with classroom management. So if you are that teacher that knows how to do both, write about it. Why not? You are SME. No one tells you that you're an SME. Sometimes they do. Sometimes people will call you the subject matter expert, but you have to own that for yourself. You also have to be like, you know what? I'm dope in what I do. I'm one of the best out here. So let me position myself so that I can share my wisdoms, share my knowledge with other people so that they could be the best out here, because there's room at the table for everyone. Even if you pour your skills, your expertise, if you share it with others, pour it into others, they're not going to do it just like you. So there's no, there's no copycat. And if it is, it's not going to be authentic for them. And it's going to be but for so long that they can handle that. So don't even worry about it. Everybody needs to be good. If you have the tools, if you have the knowledge, if you have the skills to help other people be the best out here, give it to them. Y'all, we can't keep this to ourselves. I know it's intellectual property. That's why I'm telling you, put it in an article, write a book, do a white page, do all that. And so your name could be attached to it when people look back and they know, yeah, she started it. He started that. Oh, I'm referencing this. Listen, I was taking a grad class in during COVID. I'm telling you, some schools, some big, especially big schools, whatever, get on my nerves sometimes. So I'm learning about what I'm doing. I do it. So I'm here with academias. I'm here with people going for their masters, for their PhDs. The professor, 72 years old, all she's done her whole career was be a professor. So they're into the technical, they're into the, the reading, the word, the writings, the 1900s, boom, boom, boom. I'm in the practical. I'm in the roll your sleeves up, elbow deep, knee deep. That's what I'm into, right? And so I see TWP Popcorn and Sassy. Good morning to y'all. Great to see everyone speaking. So listen, when we were writing, time to write papers or whatever, I'm writing about what I wrote and what I do. And the professor was like, "Oh, wait, Sherri, no, you have to quote somebody like from 1901 or whatever." I was like, "What? This is published. This article that I'm referencing is my article, yes, but it's also published, yes. And this work that they were talking about in 1901, guess what? I'm doing it right now in 2020. It was like 2022 at the time, 2023, yeah, about 2022. I'm like, I'm doing it right now. So where are we going with this?" And so she had to completely agree, like, oh, like, yeah, I did the what's it, ABA or whatever. I referenced it adequately. It's true, it's real. I know it says Sherri boom boom boom, that's me. So write your articles and stand on it. Understand that what you wrote is relevant. Understand what you wrote is necessary, is needed in today's society, in today's world of work, world of relationships, world of life. And put it out there. Don't be afraid. And don't just put it out there on the World Wide Web like, oh yeah, I wrote something on Facebook. I wrote a real long thing on Facebook. Oh, I wrote something out on LinkedIn or whatever. No. Find real publications. I mean, I'm not saying those aren't real, because you can absolutely, search them and it'll pop up. But I'm saying like where it has what page is it on? Even if it is a virtual magazine or publication, there's industry specific publications that you know of. You probably get them in the mail still. You probably get them in your email still. Those types of things that are relevant to who you are and what you do, and write articles that they will find interesting, because there's somebody that's looking for your information and trust. I sit on national boards for organizations that, that are aligned with what I do. And they're always looking for content, always. So you never know what you have to say, your experience, your point of view is needed, and they're looking for it. Because a lot of times with publications, it's the same people that are contributing. And they're thankful for them. Like, thank you for that 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 10th article of the year. So far we're only in month 4, but you wrote 10 articles already. Thank you. But they're looking for new people, and that's one of the reasons why a lot of publications decrease their how many, publications they put out, or how many magazines they put out. Some, it used to be, some would be weekly, some would be monthly. Now you're finding they're quarterly, or bi-yearly, or yearly, because they can't find enough people to add new content. So if you know that something, outline it now. And you might have more than one article coming from that one outline. Like, oh shoot, I can pivot over here with this information. I can put it over there. So, definitely. But yo, I have to get ready to go. I just got a text. I have to go. I just listen, time goes by so fast. That's why if you are a content creator and you haven't started going live, go live. I promise you the time flies. But it's been a wonderful morning so far being here with you all. Hope you all have a great, great day. Remember, practice every day. Practice so hard that when you get in, you will always win. It's been our pleasure. I am Coach Sherri.